So, hi Amy. I was just wondering if you could introduce yourself to us and just describe some of your music stylings.
Yes, so my name is Amy Walklett and I am a pop singer, songwriter, kind of making music similar to what is in the charts at the moment.
Perfect, thank you. And Amy, could you describe your creative process? So from the initial spark of an idea that you might have through the development of sort of writing the song, then rehearsing it, and then finally recording it, and then going out and performing it. How would you do you feel personally you do that process?
Yeah, so I write all of my songs. They start on just piano and vocals, and I write them all like completely acoustically. And then I take them to my friend and producer Luke, and he kind of turns them into what like you'll hear on like Spotify and like in the final mixes.
Hmm.
And then live at the moment, I pretty much always do my live acoustically, just kind of me and another kind of keys player. Yeah, I don't know. I have a very simple process. It doesn't really go through many steps for me. Like I kind of write it and then I take it to Luke, and then sometimes I'll get kind of other songwriters' inputs, and yeah, it just gets workshopped a little bit, but it's always written just by me on kind of keys in my
Hmm.
bedroom.
In terms of like writing your own music, how do you go about that? Do you take stories from your own life? Are you inspired by media around you or your friends and your family? How do you think of those ideas to write about?
Yeah, so most of my songs are actually about things that have happened to me personally. I kind of use it as songwriting as kind of a way of like navigating my emotions. Um, but like also a lot of them are about kind of things that happen to my friends and stories I hear and like, random things, but always things that are like very real and have happened. But obviously since like lockdown, there hasn't really been much happening. So I've turned to
Yeah.
like books and kind of movies and like becoming characters and writing as them. But I kind of don't like those songs as much because I don't relate to
They're
them.
not
But like yeah,
personal.
Yeah.
yeah. So but
No,
I
I
kind
get
of
that.
have used both ways over the past few
Mm.
months. But
So just on COVID, how has that affected you and your music?
it's been a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I bet.
um, I
Right.
feel like with any kind of creative field, it's just been like a nightmare. But now, I mean, it's been so long, like we're pretty good at it now. Um, but yeah, back in like March, all of my sessions got cancelled and couldn't happen for a while. And then they all moved online, and just doing things like an 8 hour kind of studio day over Zoom is quite
Not.
tiring.
Yeah.
But it works, and there's things that are good about it, like kind of having multiple people from different places and not having to travel, and like people being able to kind of jump out and do separate things, so like the song kind of gets finished quicker. But like I don't think there's anything that can compare to like being in a room together and writing a song with other people.
So in terms of sort of recording stuff in lockdown, like recording performances and just recording your own music you want to put out there on YouTube or on Spotify, what kind of hardware and software have you been using to help you sort of forward that and make it as good as you can in the circumstances we're in?
So I was pretty lucky. I've had this mic for like years, and this is a Rode NT1A, and it kind of does everything. Um, and then I've also got an SM58, which is like a live mic. So, and I've got like amps and stuff. So when I've done live streams, I've been able to get kind of a decent sound. But yeah, I've never actually been much of a producer, so kind of going into lockdown and having to like work this all out myself has been quite stressful. But now I've got it, I've nailed it.
Uh, Finally, Amy, just you know, looking towards the future now, where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd love to be able to like make music full time, without kind of having to do another job to fund it. Because obviously at the moment I'm at university, so I can do it because it's all for my course. But yeah, I'd love to be making music full time. I kind of think COVID has made me really want to go on a tour and play live a bit more. Um, but yeah, I'd love to just be making music and not having to kind of worry about money, which I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of kind of people when they leave uni it's hard to, you know, it's not a career that initially you get much money out of.
No.
You end up kind of playing a lot of shows for free, and doing it, like streaming does not make a lot of money. So yeah, but I'd love to just, you know, be working with people and
Yeah, no, other than that, I think that's us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amy. It's been really lovely speaking to you, and you
That's
know,
all right.
learning about music. You know, it's not something
Yeah.
we do, so it's lovely to learn
Very
about
eye-opening.
how the process works.
That's all
Thank
right.
you, Amy.
Thanks for
Thank
asking
you
me
so much.
questions.
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
When the lockdown restrictions lift, I am most looking forward to getting out to a gig. I cannot wait to see my friends perform as well as perform myself, and just being in that kind of creative space, talking to people, talking about music, talking about songs. Yeah, again, I can't wait to be back in the studio with people, because although Zoom is, you know, it works and it's fine, I love being in the room and bouncing creative ideas off people and kind of writing collaboratively. And also I cannot wait to start singing at people's weddings again, because that is so much fun and it's just so great. So yeah, it will be lovely to get back to weddings and events, and just sharing music again, I guess. So I get all my inspiration from things that are happening around me or things that are happening to me. So like anything my friends go through, I'll write a song about it, or anything that I go through, I'll write a song about it. I don't generally find that I get inspired by kind of places, unless they're busy, because you can hear stories like, you know, if you sit in Commons up at Bath Spa, there's literally always someone chatting about something that's happened. So that's kind of a good place to go if you need stories. But yeah, most of them are kind of things that have happened to me or things that have happened to my friends. So being a musician in lockdown is very, very stressful. Obviously, when we first went into lockdown in March, I feel like everything stopped for like a month. And then everyone very quickly realised that it wasn't going to be over quickly, and we had to adapt and find new ways. So like Zoom sessions and online gigs, which are not the same but are the best we can do for now. And obviously, like, you know, there's some major advantages to doing stuff online. Like in Zoom sessions you can have people from kind of all over, even like abroad. So yeah, you can kind of have more people in sessions. But yeah, I guess I also miss kind of live performances. I miss watching people to get inspiration, and kind of hear new music, and yeah, also testing out music on an audience, unreleased music, and seeing how they react. Yeah, it's not quite the same doing it online.